Good to see you guys. Looking good, feeling good. Dude, I made bread today. It was fucking sick. Last night I had a weird urge to make bread overnight. Oh, it was pristine. Was the bread crunchy on top? Oh yeah. Actually perfect. Super crunchy on the outside, like super soft on the inside. Absolutely fucking nailed it, dude. All right, it's crime time, yeah? We're gonna be watching another video from Stranger Stories today because honestly, they do great content and need more people than a certain channel that doesn't do good content gets in terms of true crime. We're gonna be watching Something is Wrong with Austin. It's about an hour, but he's barking at literally nothing anyway.
So, you know, he's certainly familiar with Dr. Subran and any, you know.
Oh, double captions.
I think that's an issue in this case, so we'll leave that. But Flocka and cannibalism.
Anyway, as always, if an ad plays, I will pause the stream. Don't worry. Please don't spam about ads. I do pause.
Today's video shows the interview of the parents of a college student who was discovered eating the face off of a man he had stabbed to death.
Oh.
Austin Haroof was a typical college student.
What a phenomenal start.
And a member of a fraternity. He had a close group of friends and enjoyed posting videos of himself on social media. In 2016, things began to change. Friends and family members noticed that he had begun to act erratically and had bursts of anger that did not match his usual personality. They were beginning to grow concerned, but before anything could be done, the situation spiraled out of control.
Great start, really.
On the night of August 15, 2016, Haroof stormed out of a family dinner after a fight with his father over his recent behavior. His mother later reported him missing, and a search began. Haroof was found several neighborhoods away from his mother's home. When police arrived on the scene, they were horrified to discover the dead bodies of John Stevens and his wife, Michelle Michon. Haroof was crouched over Stevens' body, chewing his face off. When the police ordered him to move away from the body, Haroof growled like a dog and spat a bloody chunk of flesh out of his mouth.
Whoa. That is a start. Wow. Oh my god. Woo!
No, there's listen, you're here to tell the absolute and complete truth, okay? So that's all you got to do. That's all anybody wants you to do. They want to know as much as they can so they can investigate their case. So, all right?
Sorry, actually, I tabbed out. I remember this one. The name sounded familiar, and now I remember what it is. Austin was on something. Yeah, wait till you find out.
Marcata, the Martin County Sheriff's Office. I'm the detective that's handling.
Wait till you see exactly what he was on.
State Attorney's Office, Jeff Hendricks. Okay.
When did this happen? I think it said it. It was early 2000s.
But I want to ask you some.
Hold on.
In 2016, things began.
2016.
And,
yeah, I remember.
When was the last time you saw him? At 8:20?
Something like that.
Okay, where did you see him?
That's when I dropped him off at Duffy's.
You dropped him off at Duffy's? Okay. Who did you drop him off with?
I just dropped him off in front of the door and he walked in.
Okay. What was he wearing when you dropped him off?
Yo, thanks for the bits, guy.
Some white shorts and a blue polo shirt.
Okay. That's when you dropped him off? Okay. Was he at Duffy's already? Or?
I was at home earlier, I think 7, and he knocked on the door. And I opened
she's
it,
ignoring
and he
me.
walks in and he's just in his shorts
not ignoring me. Cool.
and a sweaty no shirt.
What color was that shirt?
He didn't have a shirt on.
Oh, he didn't have a shirt.
We turn it up.
I think earlier in the day he may have had a white shirt,
Saws.
white jersey. I don't remember.
Okay. And when he knocked on your door, what did he say?
he didn't say, he just came in, and I said, where's Haley and Sam? Because I knew he was out with them. And he says, I don't know. And I mean, I don't know exactly the chain of events for me going to the kitchen.
Yeah,
And because I was cooking dinner, and I said, are you hungry? And he's like, yes. And I think I was in the refrigerator, and I look over, and he's got a not a jug, but a container of Wesson oil, and he's staring out the window. He's like he's about to drink it. And I just turned, I said, that's not a drink, and I grabbed it from him, and I put it on the counter. I said, that's Wesson oil. And he turned around, and I don't know if the phone rang and Haley's calling me, but I mean, I do notice him getting a bowl, and he gets mozzarella cheese, and he puts a little bit of the oil in it and takes a couple of bites.
Okay.
Haruf's mother, Mina, is visibly shaken by the actions of her son. She is trying to keep her emotions in check while she is questioned, but it is taking a toll on her. When she is asked to walk them through the events of that day, Mina describes the odd behavior exhibited by her son. It is strange, but nothing to suggest that it could escalate to murder.
I mean, no, but it is very strange. Ah! Second channel? Body cam footage analyses? Ooh. Hold up. Anyway, might do that at some point.
And Haley's calling me, asking if Austin's there.
Where was Haley? Where was she calling from?
Duffy's.
She was at Duffy's.
And I said, yeah, what happened? And she's like, he left. So I'm like, Austin, why did you leave? He goes, I don't know. I said, come on, why did you leave? He goes, I didn't want to wait. I said, well, is the food ready? And they're like, yes, have him come back and eat something. So I said, do you want to go back and eat something? And he's like, okay. And I don't know where he went to get his shirt. I want to say it was the back bedroom by our bedroom. And he got a polo shirt and put it on. And I guess I got the keys and we left.
Okay. And then you dropped him off at Duffy's. Did he have his wallet or
the fuck? What is Duffy's?
No.
No. Where did you see it?
It's supposed to be his dad's?
I think I asked him. I said, where's your phone? And he's like, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, guys, Wesson oil is just like straight up vegetable oil for like cooking.
On that night.
It's not like you drink it. It's not like you drink it straight.
Well, I guess when he took off the second time.
You know what I mean?
They called me. I don't know when they called me and said, "Is Austin?"
Hold on, guys. Birdie's like crying, and
when
Hannah's in the middle of something, so I'm gonna go check on her real quick.
Whatever altercation
I'll keep the video going.
he had with his dad.
Was he angry at his dad?
I don't know. I don't know.
Do you remember the 911 call you made?
I don't know.
Okay. In that call, you said he's walking down Island Way. All he has on him is a knife, and he's acting schizophrenic, acting weird. Do you remember?
I don't remember saying schizophrenic, but maybe. I don't know. What happened is, I guess they're calling me, and I said to Bud, let's go look for him. And my friend keeps calling me saying, Sam is worried about him. I said, well, which way did he go? Does Sam remember which way he went? And they're telling me like he's walking towards Church Street. So by that time of night, I said, well, he has to be somewhere if he's walking that way. Let's go take a look around. Maybe he's walking to Alex's, his best friend.
Where does Alex live?
On Waxahachie River.
Okay.
And I called his mom, and they're like, no, we haven't seen him. We get in the car, I mean, I don't know what detail you want.
No, I just want what you remember
we even
and what.
went by the crime scene.
Okay.
And I asked the detectives or whoever they
Mhm.
the police, you know, have you seen my son? I said he's wearing white shorts and a blue polo shirt. And, you know, there was so much going on. There were like 50 cops there.
Sure.
And he asked his sergeant, you know, hold on.
I'm back.
And they said, well, do you know an Ivy? And I said, no. I don't think he knows an Ivy.
Do you know the Stevens family?
No.
You don't ever met them? Okay. What about the Fisher family? Do you know anyone on that block?
No.
Okay. Does he know anyone on that?
Not that I know
Not
of.
that you know of. So
Nothing new?
You mentioned on your 911 call that he's acting schizophrenic. Is there any history?
This isn't really the juice of the video anyway, yeah.
Any sign of mental illness?
Is this just going to be his mom the whole time?
I mean, we always teased him.
Was
my
that
brother
dad?
does,
But did he ever get
but not-
treated?
No.
No medicine?
Oh, did we
What
not
about your
interview
son?
him at all?
Did
That's
you
not
ever
fun.
Treat him for any?
No.
No. Okay. How was he doing in school?
Still
prior
interesting.
to that?
Perfect. I
'Cause,
mean,
yeah.
Mental illnesses can occur without a family history, but knowing
True.
what to look for can not only help
Oh, hello,
determine
Ben.
if Haruf was in his right mind at the time of the murder, but also
Is this
what
my
steps
paycheck
will
for
be
the month?
necessary to prevent this from happening again.
He did a summer semester, and I understand he did very well in it. Okay.
I don't even think he told me his grades because I keep asking him
Mhm.
so I could transfer them. And so
Okay. And what about his fraternity brothers that were in the neighborhood looking for him? Did they mention anything to you that he's acting strange?
nobody
or
had.
Nobody had. Okay. They're
But
just.
in the past, I had called Alex's mother and said, has Alex noticed anything in Austin?
Uh-huh.
And she said she'll ask
Good
him to call
behavior
me
bonus.
back, but
Okay.
you know, that means it was maybe 2 or 3 days prior.
Okay.
I don't remember.
Also, in your 911
So
call,
good.
they asked you if he's on drugs, and you had mentioned that yes, he has been on drugs, but you don't know if he's been on drugs lately. Do you know what kind of drugs he was on?
I mean, I know he did marijuana.
Okay.
And
Did he do
and-
an
Oh, no.
excessive amount, or was it just
Not-
social?
Not the weed.
Social.
Birdie.
I don't know.
You don't know.
I mean,
Okay.
he hung out in his room.
Okay.
So I mean,
Dad said that about 2 months ago he also found him doing mushrooms. Do you know anything about that?
I don't know if anybody found him doing mushrooms.
Okay.
He said
Mm-hmm.
when we made him clean
Another
everything out,
fairly calm
he brought.
substance, to my knowledge.
I didn't see it, but
Mhm.
I let Bud talk to him, so he wasn't embarrassed.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Not really the bite
And
face-off
he brought
kind of drug,
bag
from what
out
I remember.
and-
Not remember, but understand.
And Bud says, you know, there's mushrooms.
Hold on.
Like, just a one.
Anna's in the middle of
that I
doing
have
something,
out
so
on
I have
it.
to like make sure Birdie's
And
not
I
doing some
asked him when
stupid
was
shit,
the
so I have to
last
keep
time he
walking
did
out.
it.
Sorry.
He goes, I don't know, maybe 2 months ago.
Okay. Do we know where
Right.
he was getting the drugs from?
Not,
Dad
I
had
don't
mentioned
know.
that there's a kid that he asked you not to hang around with.
Right.
Do you remember what was his name?
Nick Melise.
Nick. Yeah. You think it could come from Nick?
You want to say
I-
shrooms are chill?
Okay.
I mean,
Do you
they're
know Nick's family is
more chill than like
I know he's
cocaine.
had trouble, and so
Okay.
he hangs out with my kids to,
Okay.
you know, get away to be in a better
Shrooms aren't going to
place.
make you aggressive, though.
But
They're going to make you
lately,
stupid.
all his
It's
troubles
silly,
he
but
tells-
like
he's putting on my kids, and I hate.
they're not going to make you like
tell my kids I hate doing
Once
it, but
again,
he's
aggressive.
going to bring you down,
Right.
either mentally or whatever. I didn't know.
Do you think Nick is on drugs?
I don't know.
You don't know. Okay. Your son, how was he as a kid? I mean, he still is a kid, but was he always happy?
Sure, not a
joyous,
lot of stuff would make you do
good,
that.
As far as you
But
could tell, never got into fights in school. Has he ever been suspended from school? Or
shocking that a
no,
cop thinks something like marijuana and mushrooms would
okay.
lead to cannibalism, but
Nothing. I mean, it's never really any anger issues. Maybe
shocked to hear that a
but,
cop is a square.
have our
Sure.
spats and
Really
stuff.
can't
but
believe
he
it.
wants to protect me. You know,
Sure. Has he ever got physical with Dad or?
Dad?
Yeah.
No.
Which
No?
one?
When you guys punished him, or was it timeouts? What kind of?
I mean, when they were little, it'd be timeouts, I guess, in the bedroom, but
Sure.
never hit.
Okay. Jesus.
Not time out. Oh no.
When you told those police officers,
Not the cannabis.
Right. What happened after that?
I said no, and I said, you know, what's going on? And they said it's a domestic dispute. So I'm like, well, it can't be him. And I'm
What was his relationship with his...
It wasn't.
Yeah.
But it didn't turn out that
What was
way.
his relationship with his girlfriend? He had a girlfriend in school. Yeah. Did you ever meet her?
Yes.
What kind of person is she?
THC,
Yeah.
more like
Have you been in contact with her
THC
recently?
pants.
Did she mention anything about violence or
No, but just
Kind of a
the
reach.
change.
what kind of change? I mean, I saw his videos. It's like he's acting silly, talking in an
that's how-
Australian voice.
How he always was.
Okay.
And I tell him, you know, take those down. They're silly. You know, you're
Oh no.
gonna make a spectacle out of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't
And
want
I
that.
didn't- and I didn't watch them, you know, because so I never saw.
Excuse me. Wait a minute. Pause. Mom says, take those down. They're silly. Don't make yourself a spectacle. And said, I never saw them. Then how do you fucking know? How do you even know that he's like doing something stupid and thinking like those videos are bad if you don't even watch the videos enough to know if they're bad? It's probably just a dude. If it's 2016, he was probably just vlogging his everyday life because everybody thought that's like how you got famous back then, because of all the people who were already famous who started vlogging because of it. So everybody just started vlogging thinking that like that's what ends up having, that's what people want to see when you start becoming famous. Spoiler alert, nobody cares unless they already care about you. You can't just start like vlogging your life and people are like, okay. I mean, yes, but predominant amounts of people who like get famous and have famous vlogs like were famous and then like do that. You know what I mean? It's not, you don't, I don't know. It's very strange. Don't stop being silly on the internet, son. You're going to embarrass our family. Makes me feel bad. There's definitely families out there where the parents are very unsupportive of person's internet exploration. I think it's very ignorant. I think especially in the time that we live in, I mean, literally my job is a direct spawn of the internet. So it's like, if I didn't have like at least the minimum amount of support that my parents had, and it's not that they didn't support me, it's just that like my mom especially doesn't technology well. So like she didn't really understand what I was doing in the first place. She kind of gets it now, but she's just very excited for me. Not to the point where like she's like, you can't do that, that's stupid, but like she just didn't know what the hell to say because she has no idea what it is. But my dad is technologically competent enough to understand, and he always wanted me to like do something I was proud of. So I was very grateful to have like parents who didn't care that I was doing that. They just wanted me to be happy with what I was doing. And the fact that like some people don't end up getting that type of like platform or growth or opportunity because their parents don't want to learn about like the evolution that they're experiencing. I don't know. It's kind of silly. It's like we're evolving. Like we're currently evolving. I mean, I guess we do a little bit all the time, but like we're currently like in a giant evolutionary period because like the internet is new and we're like curving our life and behavior and culture around the entirety of the internet and speaking to each other through it. And I think it's really ignorant to just like pretend that your child shouldn't find a venue of passion or work or employment or like enjoyment through this. It's such an important thing nowadays that you're just being a shitty parent by not helping your child cultivate their online experience. To think that you can just like shut it out doesn't make sense, because like I understand that there's a lot of problems with the internet and there's a lot of things that shouldn't be done, and you should definitely like have a good tolerance of being online. But there's an amount that you have to be a part of, and there's an amount that you should be a part of, because like jobs are changing, lives are changing, careers are changing. Like this job of mine wouldn't have made sense a decade ago. Some people were doing it, but it didn't make as much sense, and it certainly didn't have the limelight that it does now. But like I wouldn't have been able to even explore that kind of thing if I didn't feel like the encouragement of my friends and family around me before I even had like all of you. You know what I mean? It's a shame. It's just very like, I don't know, there's a healthy amount, I think, as a parent that you can like have your child not do. But at the end of the day, like this is a very real thing that's continuing to be bigger and better. And like you should allow your child to like figure out how they want to proceed. You know what I mean? I'm very grateful, and I, you know, obviously still am and always will be, of my parents like allowing me to do that sort of thing. Because like it's one thing to do it, but it's another thing to feel like you're not a problem. You know what I mean? Or not like annoying. It's very important to like feel that support, even if it's like not being, I guess, shit on for it. I don't know. Obviously, this is a way different situation. This person's child like literally bit the face off of somebody. But like, I don't know. I just got like pricked in the side by her just saying that like he needs to stop doing them. And she said to stop doing them because they're silly. And then just being like, oh, I never saw them. It's like, that is so fucking rude. That's so just like ignorant of like the world. And I guess like hindsight bias. I mean, like this is 6 years ago at this point. So like hindsight bias, I guess, but whatever, man. It's still like, dude, it's ridiculous. I would hate to do that to my child. Like my child is literally doing something that they enjoy. And I'm like trying to tell them that they can't do that because I think it's silly. Like, I don't know. Imagine the amount of stuff I do and say online. And imagine if my parents were like, that's stupid. Don't do that. You're acting dumb. You know what I mean? That just like really irks me. I had such a different experience and I'm very grateful to, and I hate that some people have this experience. Anyway. Yeah, 2016 was 6 years ago. Yeah, that's fun. It's fun to think about, isn't it?
Nina, have you seen these? Because his friend has watched and followed.
I'm pregnant? No, what?
And I know.
The fuck you talking
his friend
about?
Came to me and said, you know, Nina, or Alex's mom said, you know, Alex.
I mean, I don't think so. I mean, I kind of have a tummy because I stopped going to the gym, but I kind of thought it was just because I'm fat.
But they just played it
and like food.
Farouk hadn't shown any signs of violence, and without that or a pronounced depression, many mental illnesses are not recognized early on. This is especially true in children and young adults who naturally take risks.
Okay, but like, I mean, like, I said something like I would hate for my child to be like that or to feel that way, but like it doesn't have to be like present tense, like it's happening. Like that's just future tense. Like I would hate for a child I have at any point to feel like they don't have support from me. Like it doesn't, like that's not an announcement or anything. That's just like looking forward. I would hate to be like this type of parent. All right, guys, I am pregnant. It's yours.
And engage in so-called ridiculous behaviors as they
I'm gonna need some alimony, thanks.
And discover
you guys
who
are
they
never
are as a
home.
person. Hearing voices, however, should always be taken seriously and monitored.
Who did he tell that to?
I'm gonna need some alimony in regards or in the version in the.
I don't know the conversation.
I'm gonna need some alimony in like.
Of that to you or
the devil?
Yeah.
What the fuck word am I looking for?
Or anything like that.
I mean, one night, I think it was
in the
went home. He
type of like the
all day.
exclamation raid command. Like I'm gonna need you guys to go through like the tutorial of Raid Shadow Legends for me using the link in the chat.
Your son
as alimony. That's that. I think that's the only thing that would let me like support the child.
Evidently, I heard he didn't sleep all night because he's trying to help Nick with.
Oh shit! I never. Wait, guys, am I stupid? Did I not tweet that I was going live? Fuck, I'm dumb as shit. Damn it! Shout out to Janice for reminding me. This is gonna be awkward. So many Twitter people are gonna show up and be like, "What's happening?" Fuck. Why don't I? What the fuck, League? Get out of here. It's not what it looks like, chat. It's exactly what it looks like. I'm currently 90 OP into Plat 4. I think I could make a screamer for Diamond potentially before the season ends, which I'm tempted to do. Anyway.
Solving his problems. So I don't know if it drained him. I don't know. And he went to work.
Hello, bird.
And he came home late. I don't know why. So I assumed they ate dinner. So he's like, no, I hadn't eaten anything. So.
Oh, God.
I was making him stuff, and he goes, you know, my purpose in life is to help people. And he brings out this brochure like a Jehovah's Witness, and he goes, God talked to me. And Bud looked at him and he goes, Austin, God didn't talk to you. You know, you may have
Birdie's
had
fucking
some
giant,
enlightened experience or something, and that's when it's like, you know, did you guys do anything last night? He goes, no, I didn't. And that's when we had him bring everything out. And I said, you can't help other people if you can't help yourself. And he goes, "You're
I
right."
think she's mad because she has to
So
shit.
he went and threw everything out.
But
I don't know if he threw it in the
my neighbor
lake,
has
so,
their dog out, and
I just was trying.
normally I would just go out there,
Do you have a lake behind your house?
but obviously I'm in the middle of something.
What kind of
so.
drugs besides mushrooms? We know of marijuana.
There may have
Was he
been
on-
one or two Vitamins.
Oh,
I don't
fuck.
know.
What about
Yeah.
prescription drugs?
Like
Do you have any
the
prescription drugs
Flintstone
assigned to
kind,
him?
or
No, never any surgeries.
Yes, but I don't think.
yeah, he's
What
been
was the
snoring
surgery
the
for?
Flintstone vitamins.
Like, when he was a senior in high school.
Okay.
Yeah, he
And
takes an
really-
iron
really
supplement.
liked them.
You could
Okay.
say he's
Like pain medication.
on opioids.
Okay. And he was great in school. He played football, no problem, straight A student. Okay. What about at
Birdie,
home?
what is it?
What kind of changes you notice at home?
You know what it
And
is?
when he came back from FSU,
I don't know
it
if she
was,
has to
you know, I
shit,
want to be a
but-
rapper.
Hmm.
I'm like, Austin, you have to finish school
She's
first
definitely hungry.
so you could
It's dinner
find
time.
rapping. And he goes,
Brother
"I know,
is starving."
I know, but you know, I can make so much money. All these people are doing it, and I'm going to be famous.
Oh, here we go. Shitting
So
on
he
online
still made
entertainment
these
again.
songs, and I'm like, you know, these songs are vulgar.
Hmm.
You know, he goes, but
Oh my
they're
God,
funny. I said,
Birdie.
they're not funny. I said, you know.
You
I mean,
hear this?
That's what people listen to.
What is your damage?
And I'm like, I can't relate.
Yeah,
So I'm
unfortunately,
just,
he's
Bird.
young kids.
and I just said, you know, I wish we would take it down or change the word.
Okay. He got into working
Birdie.
out.
He's always working.
He's always okay.
Since,
He's yelling at me, bro.
since he
Birdie.
played football.
Okay.
He was,
Birdie.
like, the number one person in the weight room.
He's in the door
Do
going.
you think he's using any enhancements, any steroids, or
I can't. I'll
Birdie.
never believe that he's used steroids.
okay? Did you notice
Never.
any mood swings to violence, or never? He's always been okay.
Yeah, she's hungry.
I don't know what to say.
You might have already been asked this back when.
Who the fuck? What's the third guy talking for?
How did you find out?
Yeah, I'm at the other. I'm afraid of tables, so I kind of keep my distance.
Right? Which I left.
And then.
What the fuck's he doing? Why is he all the way away from the table?
Came to the house at 2:30.
Okay, and that's. Did you continue to look for him after
No,
that?
I went home. You know, it's like finding a needle in a haystack. I mean, after
I said the
that,
words,
we
not
went
boomers,
around
got his
some of
attention.
the shopping centers, and then went
He's
home.
in timeout.
And, my friend, whose husband works for the police department, also is like, you know, call 911, and I'm like, you know, she's like,
Yeah, I profiled
Let's do
somebody,
it
so I'm in
now.
timeout. That's what the
I'm like,
police did to
okay.
me.
so I'm thankful I had her to
Pretty much an equivalent punishment to what they actually do.
And then the next.
The police slapped me on the wrist, and I'm in timeout during interviews.
They were knocking on your door.
I laid in bed waiting for the phone. But, you
Unlucky.
know, I was texting waiting.
Oh well.
He's heard from him yet. And then
Based on Mina's interactions with her son, it sounds as if pressure in his home life may have added to whatever other problems Haruf was experiencing. In some ways, it would have made more sense if Haruf had turned that violence towards his parents rather than complete
Excuse me?
strangers.
yeah.
No, not necessarily. It does make sense, but especially if somebody wants to kill more than once, if there's animosity towards a specific person, like Ed Kemper's a great example of this. Ed Kemper had a lot of animosity towards his mother. So he starts off by taking out his frustration on people that were similar to his mom, and he built to the point where he ended up killing his mom. So it's like, yeah, that makes sense, but it's also like, especially with repeat killers, they tend to like build up. They want to like find somebody similar to kind of like vicariously live through the situation because they haven't built to the point where they actually want to do the situation just yet. So yeah, there's a bit of accuracy there, but at the same time, yeah, technically, yeah, you could kind of consider it practice, which is gross, but it's kind of practice. It's like they're building up the courage to actually do what they want to do to the right person, and so they like simulate it in a way. Obviously, that's a very casual way of talking about morbid activities, but to put it in a way that makes sense. Obviously, it's fucked up regardless, but yeah, they kind of build up to like the thing that's actually bothering them.
The drive from your house to Duffy's, after he put on the white shorts and the blue shirt. Did he say anything during that drive, or was he just...
No, I said, you know, Austin, I'm worried about you. I don't know the exact words. It was just, I want to go to counseling, take you to counseling. Maybe there's somebody outside that, you know, you can talk to if you're uncomfortable talking to.
I want to eat skin. Leave me alone.
And I said, will you go? And he said, okay, I'll go. And he said it twice, I'll go. And then I dropped him off.
Does he go to any churches?
I hope they expand on this, because I understand that this is going to be about his they're going to be interviewing his parents, but I really hope they like actually expand the detail about why he did this stuff. Obviously it's a bit like, I don't know, what he did doesn't exactly mean anybody that does it will do it, but the volatility of the substance he used does explain a bit.
Wants the best for him and tries to make him strive harder.
Besides football, did they go fishing? Or,
yeah. What they went bicycle rides. I mean, I think his dad was just trying to, on his time off, taking Austin and, you know.
Actually, you know what? This might not be the same one that I was thinking of.
Preoccupy his mind, or I don't know. Just be with him and see if.
But I think this is the same substance.
When you called 911, you said he has nothing on him. He doesn't have his wallet. He doesn't have a phone. All he has is a knife. Did you see that knife on him?
I didn't see the knife on him.
How did you know he had the knife?
The kids told me.
Okay.
I didn't see it, because, but he had it in his pocket all the time.
Okay.
And
how did he always have a knife on him, or was it recent?
I mean, there are other like knives and stuff, but you know, I've always taken them and put them on the shelf in the closet because there's no need to have it around, and he's never asked for them.
True. Not really a necessary thing.
You know, I think Wade just wanted to there was the gun show and spend time with them.
Most of the time he slept with you in your home?
Yeah.
Does he have his own bedroom? Is there anything out of the ordinary in there that you've noticed, or nothing? He sleeps well?
No, I didn't know he hasn't been sleeping. Okay. I noticed it that night that I told him, you know, you got to help yourself, and God talked to him, and he's like, Mom, lay with me. And, you know, he's 19. You know, it's like, do you lay with your... I said, you know, I'll lay here for a minute, and I'll let you fall asleep. And, you know, he was going, you know...
Birdie, it's okay.
Motivational books. I don't know how many he's read, and he goes, I did help self-hypnosis.
Whoa.
And I'm like, how do you do self-hypnosis? And he got his computer, and there was this video, I guess, that came on. I'm like, I don't want to watch that, you know.
The video?
This isn't gonna really be a spoiler, because obviously this guy's gonna be guilty. A trial for this guy is set for November of this year. I'm just looking up his name to refresh my memory. In late June, there was an update that he's gonna have a non-jury trial in November. Wow. Just thought that was interesting. It took 6 years. Yeah, I mean, it depends. There's a lot of intricacies. It could have been that something already happened and, like, for some reason the trial was delayed. You know, I would also imagine that a dude biting the face off of somebody and killing 2 people, I imagine that gets a lot of attention. And so it's hard to find people who are not biased or not aware of the situation. So they might have allowed for time to pass in order to actually fully go through with it. You thought a non-jury trial was normal? No, not in America. A lot of American trials will have a jury. Difference between having a jury and a non-jury, I don't know exactly what ends up happening. It could be, especially because this is a very interesting case, that it's very hard to find people that aren't aware of it or are not biased. So a non-jury trial might be because, like, they can't find people who are just going to be, like, in any way unbiased about this or unaware. You know what I mean? Because something else I thought of, and I think I was thinking of the wrong thing. There was a dude who did something similar while on bath salts. And I think that was in 2012. And people thought like bath salts were going to turn you murderous. Yes, somebody like attacked a homeless guy on bath salts in like the early 2010s. And I was thinking of that for some reason. I don't know why these two cases like blended, but yeah, like something like this, it's a lot. And obviously this gets attention. So I feel like a non-jury thing is potentially due to the fact that like, it's probably impossible to find somebody who isn't in some way going to be like, fuck this guy. So they're going to leave it to a judge based off of the evidence presented. Mainly what I assume, because this guy was literally caught by the police in the middle of biting somebody's face off, right? So it's probably not a matter of whether or not he's guilty. They're probably trying to get him on an insanity plea. They're probably like, his defense is probably trying to get him to be seen as legally insane in order to lighten the kind of punishment load, or because he actually is. I mean, he did kill and try to eat 2 people. So they might not be able to like, it might be, honestly, it might be the prosecution who has decided to go with a non-jury trial here, because how are you going to tell somebody like how would a jury see that this guy like bit the face off of somebody and like not think he's legally insane? You know what I mean? Right. I feel like a jury would see that and be like, okay, this makes sense. So it's probably, it would be a slam dunk for the defense in order to like, to convince a jury of that. Cause like, based off of what was committed, that's fucking crazy. So it might be on the prosecution's side to get it to where there's not a jury. I'm interested. I wonder if he's going to expand on it, because this video was posted in July and that update was in June. So
It's just this blue.
I'm curious.
It started with this blue panel, and I'm like, I don't want to watch that. You know, and I closed it, and that's, you know, I don't know what else we talked about. I left, you know, after I thought he was comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And he came back and he's knocking on the door. I'm like, what's wrong? He goes, can I sleep in this? Because his old room was across.
Yeah, that's also, you'll see that's also why police like try to ask questions about the sanity of the person, especially if it's something like ridiculous, like off the wall like this. The police will try to ask questions about like drugs and normal day life and stuff like that. And they'll especially ask people that they live with in order to try to like get a kind of idea of how they behave. Because if this is kind of normal behavior, not that like that is, but like kind of eccentric behavior is like normal, it'll be harder for them to convince. It'll be harder to convince that this isn't like a
religious affiliation
crazy
and hadn't started attending any type of services with a friend that might explain his sudden interest. That, coupled with the experiments with self-hypnosis and almost paranoid behavior, were definitely red flags.
Why?
Very recent. And has he kept sleeping in that room? And has it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he said he felt isolated in the other room.
Okay.
I don't want to get in the middle of your investigation, but there's a couple of things that you might want to know that I know.
Sure.
Can you tell them about the incident with the turtle skeleton?
I wasn't there. That was
Turtle skeleton.
Oh,
the kids looked like
okay,
you.
so Wade can tell you about that. And your daughter's account of when they were at the beach and he was...
Well, that day, like, you didn't ask me what happened from the morning. The night before, we had a family dinner. Everything was fine. I mean, he was just as nice as could be, talking to everybody. And when we left, he said, I want to pick up my car at his dad's, because that's when they came back from the gun show. And
Yeah, he's even farther. Dude, he really doesn't like this table. Why is he so far away?
he's like, okay.
I'm so curious. Like, what is this set? Why is he down here? Like, the 3 of them are at this table. There's space for him. Why is this bothers me? Like, what kind of hipster shit is this guy doing?
That night,
Yeah, I don't really approach tables. It's not really my thing.
I
like the leg room.
To the room and get the dog and try to sleep. And apparently, I guess he went up to Haley's room and slept in her room.
Was she there?
Mm-hmm.
Flat surfaces really concern me. So.
This night, so he gets up early in the morning and takes off. And I text him, you know, where are you? He goes, something like, I'm going to get the car, or I may have said, are you going to get, I don't know. And I said, do you want me to give you a ride? He
My
said,
hip just
no,
popped.
I'm fine. And he's like,
Up against the door? Maybe.
I have it on text.
You can read it if you want.
There's the door's definitely like right there because it's not on any of the other walls. I'm thinking this is the door, the very bottom right. Good Lord, who's tapping so aggressive? Is that her? Why can I hear her tapping her phone?
I said, do you want me to pick you up and take you to your car? He said, I'm fine, stay there. Listen, no matter what I say to you, know I'm protecting you even when you think I'm evil. Nice guys finish last. This is like 9:30 in the morning. And I said,
Wait.
so what does that mean, finish last? I say to you, take you to your car. I said, do you want me to pick you up and take you to your car? He
Hold
said,
on.
I'm fine, stay there. Listen, no matter what I say to you, know I'm protecting you even when you think I'm evil. Nice guys finish last. This is like 9:30 in the morning.
Not
And I said,
nice
what does
guys
that mean?
finish last,
And he
dude.
says,
No
"Fuck off."
way. She asked what that means and he said, fuck off.
I said, now that's weird.
Go away, Mom. I'm trying to be
Can
deep.
you at least tell me where you are? And I think I called his dad to say, you know, he said this to me, and
Yeah, I might look like an evil piece of shit, but I'm a nice guy.
he says Dad's boat. So I think I called Carrie, his girlfriend.
Remember that.
Wade's girlfriend.
A nice
So I
guy.
just tried to see if, you know, they'd be there. And she said, yeah, so he's doing stuff on the boat. I'm trying to, you know, have him do things because I think Wade was going there to talk to him. And then I don't know what happened there. She said, you know, they're
Yeah, I bit a guy's
talking
face off, but I'm a
outside,
nice
and I
guy.
guess Wade wouldn't give him his keys, and he got mad.
The world's just out to
Wade
get
told
me.
He jumped on the hood.
I don't know why I
And
can't just
I
like
guess he finally
eat this
gave him the
delicious
keys.
skin. I don't know why everybody's so up in
and he
arms
drove
about
off,
it. It's like not a big
and he
deal.
came to the house
I'm a nice guy.
with,
I open doors for women.
I don't know.
I eat the face off of a man first.
I don't know if he picked up Sam and came to the house.
I'm polite.
But I know he said he was going to go get his watch fixed. And I think he was alone. I don't know if he came and got his watch. I don't know. And then he went to the jewelry store. But I think Wade saw him there too.
Do you know what jewelry store?
I want to say in the Winn-Dixie Shopping Center.
Okay.
Paul David or something like that. And I think Sam comes over and Haley gets up. It's a blur. But they all leave. And I don't know if they go to the beach. But she texted me, call someone, have him talk to somebody, something like make him an appointment.
If his family had taken this advice, Haruf might have gotten effective treatment in time to prevent this tragedy.
That's because she said he ran a U-turn red light.
I don't know,
and,
dude.
You know, I'm invincible.
Okay.
So it
I mean,
kinda scared her,
maybe?
and I don't know if they went to a frat person's house and he was acting different there.
Why does she have a
couldn't
red
tell me
cup?
this.
That's for her lean, bro. Leave her alone.
Which they never told me until after everything. But she did tell
That's
me
for
that
her
she
scissor.
also,
Leave her alone.
when they went for this walk, because I guess they went after Wade's work and they all met to go to a walk in the woods, like off Island Way. And he would like step off the curb, you know, but the car is going slow enough, but he's like, you know, I don't know if that was I'm immortal or I'm whatever, superhuman or what. I don't know what the exact phrase is.
Okay. Well, that's that.
Did the article I read mention if he was in custody the whole time? I didn't read the article fully. I saw a bunch of articles, the title mentioning it. But also like he's definitely been in custody the whole time. There is no way that this kid killed and started eating two dead bodies, and they gave him bail. You could go to the most like laissez-faire prison judicial state for some white teenager, and there's no way that they would let him out without bail, or let him out if he posted bail. Like, there's no way he's not in jail without bail. I refuse to believe it. I will be fucking baffled. Typically, if you kill one person, like if you just kill somebody, you don't have a bail. He's definitely been in jail these 6 years, which is kind of silly considering he hasn't had trial. It's interesting. But also, like, he doesn't need to go to trial. He's fucked. He gets a trial. It's his right as a citizen to get a trial in America, but like also his trial is going to be kind of, I mean, there's just no way.
And I texted Haley, how's he doing? And she said, fine, the walk is doing him good.
Okay.
Like maybe it was clearing his mind, or, and that's the last I remember until he came home.
Okay. I don't have any other questions.
No, that's great. Thank you. Thank you for your time.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's more of a formality at that point. That's for fucking
There was one other
sure.
thing and this is hearsay from her daughter, but
This is
he
hearsay.
said that he believed he was something other than human.
I don't know if
He was a nice guy.
that was at the beach or at
That makes him an
place.
Omega
No,
Chad.
She was driving, and I guess he was going to get in the car, and he opens up the.
That makes him a Sigma
Yeah.
male.
I think they were in the Kia, and he was in the back part sitting there saying, I don't know if he was starting to get into signs, like astrological signs, and he's a Sagittarius, and he felt like, I don't know, a dog? I don't remember. Something
He
like
said that to
animal,
you, or said that
no,
to someone else?
Haley.
Okay.
What?
To
Haley
you,
and
her.
Sam.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
And get to
And
that.
they didn't tell me that till after
What?
everything,
Okay.
Like
So he was
how
talking
the
about his
dog he was
astrological
asking,
sign, that his astrological sign is a dog.
and he was telling them about theirs, or when he looked at it. I don't know.
Okay, I'll get that from you. Okay. I don't want to keep...
I mean, I'm sure there's more. It's just I don't know how much
If
further
you-
back.
If you remember
Did you hear
anything, or
when
if there's
you were-
anything you want to talk
like
to me
you said,
about, please
at
feel
me?
free to call. I'm going to get a card for you before you leave, one of my
Okay.
cards. And it's tragic. So if there's anything that I could do or we could do for you as a department, we have a chaplain here if you'd like to speak to, whatever we could do for you too, okay? It's unfortunate,
Thank
but
you. I know.
Okay.
It's horrible.
I'm sorry.
They're talking to me.
The investigators have gotten what they can from Mina, and now they are getting ready to interview Haruf's father, Wade, to see if he noticed the same pattern of behavior in his son.
Switching to second interview.
Sorry about
Nina
that.
had mentioned also that you wanted to talk to Bud,
Yes.
Nina's significant other. He's out of town. He'll be back.
Well, all I've
tonight.
understood from this is that
If you wanna
Sagittarius is eat
give me some
faces.
times for next week.
Yeah.
I'm
Sounds
sure
Not looking
that-
good for
Anytime
you
next week
guys.
is fine, I'm here over. Whatever's good for you. I know your calendar's probably full.
No, we'll work. We'll think this is priority.
Well, you met me that night, Eugene Marcada. He's from the state attorney's office, Jeff. So what our intentions are is just to see what his state of mind was, what was going on throughout everything, okay? So the night that the incident happened, when did you first see your son?
You talk about in the morning?
Whenever you saw him, I don't know if you saw him in the morning, at night,
I think it was about 12 or 1 o'clock. And I said, let's go on a hike. He had my daughter, my daughter, him, and their friend.
Yeah,
in
my
Austin.
my daughter,
We were walking through the woods.
why'd he trip up so hard on his own fucking child? That was really strange.
Austin would be happy. He'd be quiet, and all of a sudden I saw, look, there's a tortoise shell. It's empty.
Mm-hmm.
And there's another one. He goes, stop everybody. And he gets his knife, and it's about this long.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, stay behind me. I feel something is going to happen here. I said, put that damn thing back up. What the hell is wrong with you?
Mm-hmm.
And he did. And so then,
Do you know what kind of knife that was?
it has with a switchblade.
Is that the knife that you bought for him
I
at
didn't
the?
buy it. I didn't
You didn't buy
buy
it.
I sense
Oh,
trouble.
he bought it for
At the
himself.
gun show.
Okay, at the gun show. If I show you a picture of the knife, could you say whether it is or it isn't? It's got a little blood on it. Is that okay? Okay.
Oh yeah, let me just pull that out on my smartphone. It's a normal thing to have on my iPhone.
You can make it bigger or smaller.
Yeah, it's green.
The knife.
Green.
Best I could tell. That's the knife he had.
Yes.
Okay.
What's that, about a 3-inch blade?
Wade Haroof confirms that his son's behavior was strange and also identifies the knife used to commit the murders.
Love that.
Yeah, it looks like about.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so he, what did he say was going to happen to the turtles? Anything?
And when he acted like he get behind me, I think something's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And what I was doing for the last 2 weeks is trying to joke him out of it.
Mm-hmm.
The psychosis.
Mm-hmm.
What?
And I said, put that away. You're crazier than hell. Stop.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And so then after that, we continued to walk, and we went into a clearing of the
Wow, you fixed him.
residential thing, and
I think he meant choke like
He tried to
metaphorically,
run.
not literally,
I sat
guys.
there and watched him from afar sprint about 2 or 3 miles
Wow.
at once.
Quick?
Quick.
If I just tell him to cut it out, he'll get better.
Mm-hmm.
And
You cut that out. You cut out that weird behavior. Stop it right now.
so we went to Duffy's and we're sitting there, and he says he's going to the bathroom, he disappears.
Stop being silly.
And so we're all wondering what's going on. And his mother calls up my daughter and says he's there. And we walked about 2 miles to home. Sorry.
No, that's okay. This is hard enough. I mean, Jesus.
Oh, my bad.
We also got a call from the hospital.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
morning.
we called also. They said that he's okay.
Okay.
They told us he was in bad shape.
Yeah, well, we spoke to the head nurse there
Ago.
about 30-40 minutes ago, and they said he was okay. He was in good shape.
Oh, really? Yeah, they told us he had 100
Oh,
feet
thank God.
temperature and,
Thank God the murdering cannibal's okay.
Really.
like a deathbed. I would like to know that.
They did make it sound.
Would have been really
Yeah,
upset if he wasn't.
It was Sergeant Carday called the head nurse there, and because we called every day to see how
Good
he's doing.
shape,
whatever.
eating well.
I don't
Ooh.
know who she spoke to. I could call her in.
That's
And,
it.
Can you see if you can't find the truth on that?
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Not very good timing.
Mhm. I know. Well, none of this is horrible in all accounts.
So anyway, he sprinted for 2 or 3 miles. I went.
He's certainly eaten enough, that's for sure.
Ordering food. I think he did get some iced tea and he drank it.
Mhm.
1 glass of iced tea.
Okay.
Till like he's going to the bathroom and left. Find out he's at home.
He
Mother says,
just ditched
"What are
them.
you doing?" He gets she said she's cooking. She looked and grabbed the thing of Wesson and he was going to down it. She goes, "Stop!" And he grabbed the Wesson, put a Parmesan cheese in there, poured it in there, and ate the Parmesan cheese.
Like
She's never seen that before.
wood
She gave me
shaving
like that.
Parmesan cheese looking.
2 Duffy's.
So he put vegetable oil and like the grated Parmesan cheese together. Good soup.
He comes and sits down. And I said, "It's going to be on tape today." So I said, "What the hell are you doing?" And he didn't say nothing. So I grabbed him by the collar and I said, "What the hell are you doing?" And he goes, and my girlfriend says, "Austin, don't." And he looks at my girlfriend, embarrassed. leaves.
Okay, so, Jesus, did he seem agitated, or it just seemed weird when you grabbed his shirt?
He seemed weird.
Okay. Did he get agitated after you grabbed his shirt?
Yeah,
did
he hit me.
Yeah. Okay, but
For
then
the first time.
Okay, so he's never hit you before. He's never raised his hands
He's
to you
never
or
done
anything.
that.
Okay. You said something about psychotic or psychosis, something like that. Is there any history in your family as to mental illness or anything like that?
Yes.
There is. On who?
My sister.
Your sister, and she's being treated.
She was treated.
She was
She's
treated.
fine now.
Okay. For what kind of illness?
He was treated.
Severe depression.
Okay. Anyone else? In
I
your
said to
family?
cut it out, and she
Yourself?
was
Okay,
cured.
Depression.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
you were
my
treated
son.
and everything else. What about grandparents or
No.
anything like that? No. Okay. What about him? Has he ever seen a psychiatrist or been treated
I
for?
don't think he has.
Okay.
No,
Was he on any kind of medication?
I just tell him to stop, and he
Okay.
stops. I'm a good father.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
And so anyway,
What?
Okay. Jesus Christ. Okay.
and so anyway,
Why is that a?
after
he disappears.
Oh God, he's normal.
you know where he went? Did he say where he went?
Oh no, maybe he's just a piece of shit. Fuck. What are we gonna do? Arrest him anyway? Man.
30.
Mm-hmm.
Next thing you know, the thing happened.
Mm-hmm.
Wife calls me and says
Normie.
she's gonna put a missing persons thing out,
Mm-hmm.
and then I talked to you.
Haruf became physically violent with his father, which came as a surprise, since it was out of character. Given his actions throughout the day, Haruf should have been taken to the hospital for an examination.
Okay. And that was around 2 in the morning. When
I mean, come on, dude.
Okay.
I mean, yes,
Like,
but
he
also
went to the
like
crime scene.
Yeah.
I said,
she
"Have you
told
seen
us.
this boy?"
your child's not gonna act weird, and your immediate response shouldn't just be like hospital. You know what I mean? Like if this has been happening for weeks, maybe, but like one day of being strange is like. I don't blame the parents for not like immediately taking action if this is like the first day this happened. Now it's different if this has been happening for a while, which I think it has been. They're recalling like the day everything went down, and I'm pretty sure they mentioned that it's been going weird. But like, come on,
We didn't know who it was at the time. and
your
stuff.
teenage son is acting
'Cause I had
strange.
seen
Like,
him in the hospital, and I asked him what his name was, and he told me his name was Austin Moore.
I think you might have had an ID that said that.
He didn't have anything on him. He was just in his underwear when he was in the
Talking about
hospital.
his fake ID at school,
Okay.
getting bars.
Okay, said Austin Moore.
I had days when I was
Do we know where
19
that
and in
is?
college where it was definitely like a vegetable oil Parmesan kind of
There's
vibe
something
day. Not that I did that, but
More.
Michael Moore.
the energy,
something about he
the
had
energy
some
is certainly understood as
comments
a
about
guy who was
Michael
in college
Okay.
at 19 as well.
So, how was his
The rest of
childhood?
it, no.
Was he
But
good kid, normal kid?
Yeah, he's happy and
Never suspended from school for fighting?
Never.
And,
he's
okay.
a very docile.
making
shy
food in
kid.
college
And
is a
I was a
whole different
nerdy
experience.
kid myself.
Yeah.
The weird energy in the air of wanting to like eat.
I dropped
Anything.
him off at St. Clair's and
So that's probably the most normal thing that happened in this whole thing,
he
if I'm being honest.
became a good football player, and a weightlifter, and everything,
Okay, wait, he's getting sad. I need to stop.
and fit in. You know,
Sure.
beforehand he was just too shy. You know.
Yeah. Did he any drugs? I know you guys had like an intervention with him. You found some mushrooms.
I asked him about that
Yeah.
because he's been weird for about 3-4 weeks around
Yeah.
me, and I said,
Makes a bit more sense that they might have
"Did
started.
you do mushrooms?"
They should have
He
maybe
did.
like helped him.
I did about 3 months ago. I said nothing recently. And there's this little homeless kid that they
Mhm.
feel sorry for, that they have come over,
Mm-hmm.
and then they cut these crazy ass rap songs,
Mm-hmm.
and according to my friend who was working with him, he was working in the dental office at the last.
Mm-hmm. Is it your dental office?
No, a friend of mine's
Is that
dental
yours?
office.
Are you still practicing?
Yes.
You are. Okay.
He said he'd been weird ever since he had that kid spend the night with him. And so I
And
went
how
home
long
with
ago
him.
was that?
That was about 2 weeks prior to all this.
Huh?
The dude's name was Nick, and he lives in, his parents threw him out of the house. He's been living
Okay.
on his own down the street, and my kids were his friend, and I thought he was a negative influence.
Mm-hmm.
So where was I headed with this?
About the drugs.
Oh. I get wind that he can't sleep, pacing the floor the latter days. And so I try to get him some Valiums or sedatives.
Whose Valiums are those?
Mine.
Yours. Okay.
And he gets, I give him to him and he throws them on the floor. And he goes, I will not be controlled by you. So I went and grabbed the keys out of his hand.
When was this?
I think Monday.
Okay.
And he's pissed off. And he jumps on the hood of my car and dents it. And so I finally decided to give him his keys back so he didn't damage my car any further.
Yeah.
And I wrote him a text on my phone. I said, you damaged my car. He got a one-word answer, learn.
That was from him to you. Has he ever expressed himself that way to you? Or?
No.
Wait, so this kid damaged his dad's car and the dad said the fuck and the kid said learn?
That was that day. The day before.
Boy, I'd be pulling my kid out of fucking college. I'd be like, fuck you.
So I'd go ride bikes at this river bend. And
not that I know.
Riding bikes, and we ride for about 2-3 hours. And this man, my boy is in top shape, right?
I'd pull my kid out of his fucking frat and I would just text him learn.
I look behind me, and I said, what the hell?
Same energy.
He goes, I'm tired. I didn't sleep good last night. But I mean, you're talking about a top shape guy. You can't even keep up with.
I'm not a huge car kid, but damn, dude, don't fuck with my car.
So we turn around, I put the bikes up, and we go back, and then we go eat that night. That's Sunday night, okay? And I'm talking about a business deal with the guy at a restaurant, and I was eating at his place, and I keep on telling him I want my Frosty back. Stop being so serious. I want my old Austin back.
Tests will show what drugs, if any, were in Haruf's system, and if he experienced an unusually negative effect.
Not
Whether
true. Not necessarily true.
Or drugs. His family didn't handle the situation effectively. If anything, their words could have triggered even more violent behavior.
Maybe true. The drug test thing, kind of true. Especially if the police are suspect that he was on something, they're going to test for a lot of stuff. But there's not like a catch-all drug test. I don't know why this is like a thing people think is like a reality. Drug tests aren't like a catch-all thing. Like they have to test for like specifics. They have to do it like one test at a time. They can't like take your hair follicle and find like traces of everything. Like they have to like test it with a specific thing found in certain drugs. And that's how they get like their baseline of tests. Like they can't just like go from like one thing. They have to like focus on each substance. And like, especially with this, they will, but just to help with some weird stereotype of like drug tests are like this like big overarching thing. They have to be very specific because they have to be correct. Even if they test falsely, like, or even if they test negative for finding them, they have to be accurate, because getting those wrong is a problem. Obviously, you don't want somebody to test positive for a drug they actually aren't taking. They have to be very specific about what they're testing and how they test it and whether or not it's accurate. So they can't like do this like overarching thing because they don't want the drugs to bleed together. They don't want to get the wrong one. They don't want to get it inaccurately. They don't want to get it like mixed with another. They certainly don't want to accuse somebody of a substance that they never touched. You know what I mean? Anyway, yeah, my parents saying that I want the old one, like the old son back, would be pretty fucked up as well, though. Just to point that one out. I guess if I'm having like weeks of weird behavior, it sounds like the dad's just trying to reach out to his son. But also like, I feel like there's a better way to go about that than to be like, I want the old son back. That's like, I feel like there's ways to bring up that like he's not behaving how he used to and that like you're concerned. I feel like there's way better ways to go about it than being like, I want the old you back. That's weird. That's not a great way to phrase it.
And he refused. He says, I don't do drugs. I'm not doing marijuana anymore, and I'm not drinking anymore. And he did
Swear.
in the past.
Mm-hmm. Excessive?
Not, I'm hearing. He made good grades.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it was excessive.
Mm-hmm.
And so he goes up and he leaves that restaurant. This is Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Girlfriend.
It's like not on the. It's not
found.
like up to the parent how a child is and behaves. Like,
Get called about an hour later. He'd gone.
if a parent has a problem with a child's like
asked him for a ride home.
personal
Put it in the
self,
back
like I
of the
feel like
pickup
that's a
truck.
parent's fucking
Give him a
problem.
ride home,
Obviously, this is way different, but like
Mhm.
from
My
a
wife-
regular standpoint
and they finally
of like
found
if your
his eye.
child is just acting in a way you
And that was
disagree
Sunday.
with,
Yes.
I feel like it's just
What about
literally
Sunday?
your problem to get over.
Embarrassed. So I'm
Saturday or Sunday?
This is a Sunday, I think. So I'm pissed off. This is the second time he's left me.
It sounds like there's a lot more going on with this story, but yeah, we're talking like a basic, like a regular situation,
Right.
not like my child killed somebody situation.
Oh, what else?
It'd be very like toxic
When,
behavior
the night
and
before that,
speech.
we're eating in the restaurant with my girlfriend and him. And it's like, where's your friends at?
Oh
He
shit,
likes
left him
his
on.
friends. He always goes
he
to
just
those
aired
places with his
somebody.
friends. Abnormal behavior for him not
Pop
to
aired his
wait
booty
every single
call.
day, and with his friends. He was a leader of his friends lifting weights.
The donut shop girl.
And he wouldn't say nothing. I said,
Where would he work out?
a Gold's Gym.
In Gold's Gym? Okay.
I said, what is, where's Alec? Where's your friends?
Mm-hmm.
He goes, they're up. So I said, did you have it out with Alec? He goes, he didn't say nothing. So I called up Alec, and he never called me back. So I noticed him hanging around me, clinging to me,
Mm-hmm.
and his friends
Distancing.
distancing. So that night we were talking about
Actually very observant.
taking a road trip to Chattanooga. He wanted to go, maybe going to Alaska. He wanted to go.
Mm-hmm.
He just wanted to be with me all of a sudden.
Mm-hmm.
And
Sounds like he's kind of asking for help a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
he just wanted to be with me, and he wanted to talk about going on these road trips and all this and that. And I think we went to a movie, and
Mm-hmm.
that was that night.
Okay. Growing up, was he always good? Just like you said, quirky, shy, and then
Very, very
Quirky.
shy.
Yeah.
And football brought him out of his shell.
Okay.
Yeah, he was a
And he's
bit
always cutting
quirky.
jokes.
Yeah.
He's always known to be real funny.
Yeah, I saw his videos. He's kind of funny. Some of the videos,
His-
silly
that's his goal
voices.
is-
Yeah. He wanted to be a rapper.
But one of the video about Arnold Schwarzenegger was his hero, and
Mhm.
the video that you probably saw about the weightlifting thing, that's, in my mind, an instance of psychosis.
Okay.
You know, grandiosity,
Mhm.
I'm all powerful, I don't need Arnold no more.
Ugh.
I mean, we're embarrassed. Me and my wife are embarrassed. We didn't look at his damn videos in the past.
There's nothing to be embarrassed about. I mean, from what I saw, okay, it's my kid does the same thing. He acts strange and weird, and he makes goofy 17.
Yeah,
I call him a
fucking
goofball.
tell him.
It's nothing embarrassing. So just put your mind at rest.
Let him
there.
fucking know,
But
dude.
we both, my wife and I, talked about, I think,
Based officer?
about getting him to see his therapist. So I
Mhm.
called a person I knew, and I called another person I knew that I'd used in the past,
Mhm.
and they weren't available.
Has
So-
he ever seen a therapist before?
No.
No, this would be the first time. Okay. Other than just that silly, anything else you could think of that was strange of him doing, or
Meanwhile,
Same.
his parents are posting
Yeah,
far-right
I would-
propaganda on
they were
Facebook
all
left and
last
right,
time,
asking
nothing.
their child to
He'd go
stop being
home with
embarrassing
people,
on
start talking
YouTube.
with them and being friendly and grabbing their religious literature.
Mhm.
I mean, he would.
I just don't understand this whole mask thing.
start
Why are we
telling
still
us
doing
his
this?
views about the world and this and that.
Son,
As I'd
stop
try to
being
joke
goofy
him
on the
out of it,
internet.
He would start crying.
Anyway, I think Trump won the election.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Mhm.
Because he's taking everything so serious. And we got an hour down there, an hour back, and he'd always never go to sleep. And then all of a sudden, he'd come out of the house like he was real slow.
You know that's real.
Last night.
There's
Just
plenty of
started.
people out there that live that
That's one thing
situation.
I commented on, but he was just learning about life and learning how I had him do 2 implant surgeries with me and stuff like that. He was really getting into it.
That's good.
No,
I can't think of anything else. You guys been through enough. I thank you for coming down. Unfortunately, we're probably going to keep talking to each other. And like I told your wife, we have anything we could help you with.
The investigators assure Wade that there was nothing in the videos posted by his son that was out of the normal for an average teenager. This isn't much comfort.
Actual
and this
videos.
is the sort of situation that the family will be second-guessing their actions for years to come.
I mean, yeah, definitely. I can't imagine the guilt from his parents,
more than welcome to speak
thinking
to you
that they
guys.
didn't do enough or something
And
like
whatever
that.
else we could do for you, it's a shitty situation for everybody. But unfortunately, we have to go through it. You know.
I got a question for
Yeah,
him. I was wondering if I could talk to him and ask him if it's all right.
Yeah, absolutely. You want us to step out of the room?
Can we go to the lobby and come back? We'll step out. Yeah, yeah. Let me take you a speaker. More privacy this way.
What the fuck is happening?
Yeah, he was wondering if he had any theories as that, he knows that there was burns to his esophagus and just that.
Oh, he's talking. I think that's his lawyer. I guess.
Condition.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any theories as to
Nothing.
what he might have ingested?
Nothing, and that's what we're trying to find out what it was. I mean, I'm just getting light now that he drank the Wesson oil. We looked at everything inside of that garage to see if it was open or nothing. Nothing. All the caps were tight. I don't know if he ingested something from Duffy's to the location.
Or at the location. That's all he wanted to know.
Yeah.
He just wanted to know if there was any.
Do you know if he got a ride?
Yeah, they talked about the Wesson oil earlier.
Walked or jogged. We tried looking for video all the way down. Haven't found any yet. Another question I had is, do you know anyone that lives on that block? Does he know anyone that lives on the block? Like, we're trying again. The reason why.
An ad is starting. It's annoying because there's like literally 90 seconds of this video left.
He was on that block.
Why was a person of interest some woman at first?
We were looking for the daughter of the 2 deceased.
I see.
Because we didn't know where she was, and we were feared that she may have been harmed.
How old is she?
She's in her 20s.
But what I was thinking, remember I told you, you asked strangers for a ride and got a ride. I was thinking maybe he got a ride with somebody and dropped off there because one of my friends was going down the street and never saw him.
Okay.
Looking for him. Never saw him walking.
That could be a theory that we're looking into. I mean, it's all mysterious to us why that there's no connection as far as I could tell. I don't know if you know, like I said, that's why I asked if you know anybody on that block or if he knew anybody on that block, any friends, or why he would be on that block in particular.
Unless he was so screwed up he made a wrong turn because I live on the next block.
Right.
Do you know if there's
Is there a cut through the woods back there?
tree lines that maybe we could, I guess my question is.
It probably is, but I don't think he knows about it. He hasn't been back there much.
So
He always comes to my house.
You could get from Duffy's to your house without walking on that road, is it possible?
Yeah, you walk down the road.
Either way.
Duffy's
Cosmo is,
sounds like a brand.
which I've made mistakes driving down
A
there
chain of
myself.
something. It sounds like a gas station.
And
I don't know
here's
what it is.
Loxahatchee River Road, which is the correct road, which is the next road up. So he went this way too early.
There is still some confusion as to how Haruf got to that neighborhood and why he chose those particular victims. There appears to be no connection, and it may have just been a completely random decision. After being removed from Stephen's body, Haruf was taken to the hospital for 2 months, suffering from a burned esophagus.
Burned
The
esophagus.
injury was possibly from ingesting chemicals found in the couple's garage. Haruf claims to remember drinking some sort of liquid. Austin Haruf is still awaiting trial, as his lawyers have claimed that he is mentally ill, and the FBI found no evidence of illicit drugs in his system other than THC.
Interesting. Quite the case. Yeah, so apparently his trial is in November. Like I said, I looked it up out of curiosity. Interesting stuff. Bye.